believe it or not. I mean, well, you probably know there's a lot of woke people in tech. Many of the best programmers that are a little more rational are actually in other countries. Yeah, we have a lot of talent in Europe, Western Europe, Eastern Europe, and South America.
It must be hard to hire in America right now, right?
I'd say if you have a good company, people want to work for you. If you have a cool company, if you have a great company, it's easy to hire no matter what situation.
That's a good point. Okay, so we got Anthony here, CEO of Sticker Mule. Thanks for coming on today, man.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, it's been a really cool event. I met some great people.
Yeah, great time. I'm happy. I showed up last minute too. I was in New York City at the Italian American Civil Rights League. I got the Vince Lombardi Award. Then I flew to Mar-a-Lago. I was there for a week with my girlfriend, and then we flew here with Roger Stone. So it's been a whirlwind week.
I had Roger on yesterday. That was a good one.
Yeah, Roger's the best.
Man, he's been canceled to the max.
Yeah, I know. Actually, yeah, I'm a big fan of his. I like to bring up he was one of the first people kicked off of Twitter. So you know, I always remembered that, and that was one of the first signs to me how troubling of a person Jack Dorsey was, that he kicked Roger Stone off Twitter. I said, whether you agree with Roger or not, he's a historical American figure, and we want to hear from important voices in America. It doesn't matter what the perspective is. So when Jack Dorsey kicked him off, that was one of the first signs I saw that he had some sort of problem going on.
Absolutely.
His perspective on life.
How was Mar-a-Lago? I've never been.
Beautiful. So I believe it or not, it's really, people find it funny. I've had a membership since the 2020 election. As soon as Trump vacated the White House, I immediately wanted to find a way to show support. So I went in and I bought a membership then, but I never used it. I'm not I don't like socializing just to socialize. So I didn't use it. I didn't use it for 4 years. I didn't use it until very recently when Elise Stefanik got appointed to the UN ambassador role.
Yeah.
I happened to be in Fort Lauderdale to get dinner with Roger Stone. He wanted to thank me for all my activity on behalf of President Trump during the election. And people were saying to me, you should consider running for Congress. Roger thought it was a great idea. Next thing I know, he said, well, we should get dinner at Mar-a-Lago. I said, Roger, that'd be great. I have a membership I've never used.
I love it, man. CEO of Sticker Mule, giant company now, right? 1,200
people. We're in 39 countries.
Wow.
Very funny.
Sticker empire.
Yeah. So we were one of the pioneers of remote work. I built the company. I'm from a small town, and we're from a small town in upstate New York called Amsterdam, New York. And we had to build it remotely. So we were one of the pioneers of remote work. We wanted to get the best people there were to build the company, and we had to go hire people from all over the place. So we started hiring people all over the United States of America and all over the world, really, to get talent. Believe it or not, I mean, well, you probably know there's a lot of woke people in tech. Tech's filled with woke people, especially in the United States of America. So many of the best programmers that are a little more rational are actually in other countries. They're not poisoned with the woke mind viruses as severely as the American developers.
India, right?
We don't have anyone there.
Oh, really?
We do. No, we like South America. We like Europe.
Okay.
A lot of great talent in Europe and in South America. We actually have a hardware engineering facility in Italy, 20 hardware engineers.
Nice.
Yeah, we have a lot of talent in Europe, Western Europe, Eastern Europe, and South America.
It must be hard to hire in America right now, right?
I say if you have a good company, people want to work for you. So if you have people want to work for you if you have a good company. In fact, I stood up and I endorsed President Trump immediately after the assassination attempt, and it went viral, and people thought it was going to hurt the company. It wasn't a great marketing strategy, but it was a great strategy for getting talent. So if you have a cool company, if you have a great company, it's easy to hire no matter what situation.
That's a good point. If you're like a Charlie Kirk or someone with a good leadership style, they'll come to you.
Yeah, exactly. If people want to work at Sticker Mule, we pay well too. The trick is, I tell people with hiring, people want two things. They want better income, and they want more fun. They want a better life. Yeah. And so some companies, they say, well, we pay you really well, but we make you miserable. Right. And other companies say, we're a lot of fun, but we don't pay that well. And I say, we try to do both. So we pay really well. We pay in engineering, we pay the same rates as Tesla, kind of like the gold standard for good pay. Right. Well done. So we pay very well. And then we try to let people have a lot of fun. Yeah. Well, happier employees will probably work harder. Yes. Yep. Yeah, exactly. Happy people, you want people doing things out of the goodness of their heart, not because of, I don't know, not because they feel like they have to. It's when people enjoy working, they do a lot better. Absolutely. So you're running for a position right now? Yeah, in Congress. So what happened is, some people know my story, some people don't. But I was one of the first people canceled in 2016. Yeah, I woke up one day, I gave a $500 donation to President Trump. I had 1 or 2 tweets supportive of Trump. Some Democrat activists found out, and they used it to try to destroy my company in 2016. We only had 300 or 400 employees back then. I don't remember. And I sort of just took it on the chin back then. I couldn't really do anything. I just took it on the chin. Remained a quiet Trump supporter, respectful, quiet Trump supporter. Did what I could to help on the sidelines. But But I said to myself, look.
Shout out to today's sponsor, Prolon. If starting the year with a fast feels a little daunting, you're not alone. There's an entire community of individuals wanting to make a meaningful decision in their health, just like you. This is what makes group fasting so powerful and why I'm joining in on Prolon's January Longevity Challenge, which is a coach-led program to set you up for fasting success. Prolon's fasting mimicking diet is a revolutionary plant-based nutrition program that nourishes the body while making cells believe they're fasting. I got all 5 boxes here and I'm starting day 1 tomorrow. It's researched and developed for decades at USC's Longevity Institute and backed by leading US medical centers. It helps promote healthy blood sugar, enhanced skin appearance, fat loss, and improved energy and focus. It all starts with their 5-day program, which contains snacks, soups, and beverages designed to keep the body in a fasting state. No guesswork or planning required, which is a relief after a busy holiday. If you guys are ready to make 2025 your healthiest year yet, order your Prolon 5-day kit at prolonlife.com/DSH. And they're offering Digital Social Hour listeners 15% off their 5-day nutrition program. Use the code DSH at prolonlife.com/DSH.
I want to build my company to a point where if I do want to speak up, I don't have to fear the mob, fear the cancellation mob. And so over the last 8 years, I built a company from 300 or 400 people to 1,200 people. We're doing really well. And so when a bullet hit President Trump, I just immediately fired off an endorsement. I put it on X, it went viral, got 12 million views. And then I emailed it to our 5 million customers. That blew up. It got a massive social media firestorm.
Nice.
Media firestorm, but a lot of positive coverage, believe it or not. But we got a lot of good coverage then a lot of hate on social media, but a lot of good coverage in the traditional media. When the backlash died down with regards to that, everybody said, look, you made your statement, you proved your point, you should get back to work, get back your CEO, get back to building your company. And I said, look, based on the online backlash, if I go back to work, the perception will be that the activists once again silenced the Trump supporters. I said, I have to continue showing I support them. I can't just let the statement stand on its own. So I just kept doing more things I could do to show I support them. I ended up printing stickers. I made stickers that said Trump for peace. Awesome people love Trump. I printed millions of stickers, put them all over the place. And then I said, what else can I do? I kept doing different activities, ultimately leading to putting a giant vote for Trump sign on top of my tallest factory building in upstate New York. The Democrats went nuts. They declared the sign was a public safety hazard.
What?
Yeah, it was crazy.
They got all these huge billboards, but your sign is a public safety hazard.
And they tried to throw me in jail over it, which was crazy.
Yeah, for having a Trump sign?
Yeah, so the people that know the story, some people know the story, some people don't, but it was wild. I woke up, I put the sign up, and they tried to throw me in jail over it. And yeah, it was crazy.
Well, New York is I heard that's the worst place to get arrested.
Oh yeah, it was definitely a stressful experience. I woke up. So we did this. I said I wanted to promote the sign. I mean, I wanted to get positive energy for President Trump. I wanted the sign to become a national story. The local Democrats, they couldn't think outside of their little zone of control, and so they were very offended by the sign, and they wanted to beat me because they thought it was a local battle. But really, I was fighting nationally. I wanted to get the positive message out for President Trump nationally, which is why I built a giant $250,000 sign. And when the Democrats went to war with me, really, it ended up helping the cause. It ended up helping President Trump because it turned it into a national story. It ended up getting in the New York Times. The New York Times actually wrote a sympathetic article. But what I did was I put the sign up. I threw a huge party. The Democrats found out about the party. They went nuts. They went to a judge saying I was threatening the public safety, that I had to be banned from displaying my sign. If I showed it, I was going to go to jail. And so 5,000 people showed up. I was under court order not to display it. If I was displayed, I was going to go to jail. The police were on standby to arrest me. My lawyers, I ended up trying to hire 2 really great lawyers. They begged the judge for an emergency session, which we weren't even sure if we were going to get. They said, look, he's got 5,000 people here. He's a great member of the community. Can you please give us an emergency session? The judge did an emergency session, listened to our lawyers. It took 5 or 6 hours, and the judge finally agreed with us and said, this is silly. It's not a public safety hazard. And she dropped the order, and I was able to display it without going to jail. But literally, it got dropped at 5 o'clock, and I think I lit it up at 5:30 or 6.
Holy
so
crap.
it was wild. I did an interview with Greg Kelly at Newsmax just before I lit the sign up, I remember. And I was in front of the sign doing an interview, and he said, so as I understand, you're going to have to pay a fine if you light that sign up. I said, no, it's not a sign. They're going to throw me in jail. And he said, what are you going to do? I said, I don't know. I got about an hour to decide what to do. It's a big decision. He said, well, are you going to light it? I said, I really don't know. And I ended the interview, and then the crowd was getting ready to hear me speak. And 20 minutes later, my lawyer called and he said, I got great news for you. The judge listened to us and vacated the order, which, really there should have never been a restraining order on a sign. Free speech is totally protected in an election year, and a sign isn't a public safety hazard. It's a sign. Yeah. It's a beautiful sign too. People like beautiful signs.
That's so nice. Yeah. We'll throw up a photo on the video.
Yeah. So we did that. So I did that. And then, the Democrat mayor kept it that we had like 5,000 people showed up. So then the Democrats, they went to Newsweek and they said, nobody showed up to my event.
Yeah.
They said, nobody showed up. So I said, okay, I'm going to do another event. So I ended up doing 3 events in front of the sign. Every event had at least 3,000 to 5,000 people. Leading up, we did an election day party, bipartisan party. I wanted everybody to get together on the sign and party. A lot of Democrats did show up. Every single Democrat that showed up had a great time and learned a little bit more about what it means to be a Trump supporter. And then Trump wins, and he nominates Elise Stefanik to Congress, and people started asking me to run for a seat based on everything I had done. It wasn't really on my radar. I just wanted to help President Trump win.
Yeah.
But I said to myself, look, I operate on the basis of principles. I like to do I like to use my time to the best of my ability. Time's finite. We're only on this earth once, and time's finite. So I said, look, this is probably a very good use of my time. And I also want the best people in government. That's why I've been supporting President Trump since 2016. Really happy to see people like Elon are helping him from the sidelines, and a lot of other very talented people are joining his administration. So I want the best people in government. I looked at the people available for the role to fill Elise Stefanik's shoes. She's got big shoes to fill since she's done a great job herself. And I said, I'm probably the best person available for the job. It's the best use of my time. So I decided to go for it. And Roger Stone ended up being the first person to encourage me to go for it. And so
that's a big endorsement too.
Exactly. Big endorsement, big honor. Roger was in President Trump's corner in the beginning. So to have Roger in my corner and to
a lot of notable presidents too, not just Trump.
Exactly. So it's a big honor to have Roger in my corner supporting
and he's good
me.
at identifying talent. So if he sees it in you, I would run with it.
Hopefully he's right on this one.
I think he will be, man. New York needs someone like you representing Congress.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, exactly. I think the biggest problem in New York is people are leaving because Democrats, I say like Democrats, whether they're incompetent or just corrupt, it's probably a little bit of both. They've been scaring people out of New York by the hundreds of thousands. We've lost over 1 million people since the pandemic. And we need to fix that. We need to get people to come back. I tell people, the Democrat voters love me. You got to appeal to both sides, I think. But because we've lost so many Republicans in New York that if we don't get the Democrats to switch to vote Republican, we're never going to win. So I really, if I get this seat, I want to take lead in turning New York red. I want to do everything I can to turn New York red. We got to do it for all of the citizens in New York. And really, a lot of Democrats are starting to listen because a lot of Democrats voted for President Trump this last election. We lost about 1 million people, probably mostly Republican, but President Trump still got an 11-point improvement in New York State because many Democrats are realizing that the Democrat Party doesn't serve their interests, doesn't serve the interests of the voters. Yeah. It's serving the interests of the party. They're trying to secure power for themselves. So they're not really thinking about the voters.
I also think New Jersey could go red in 28.
Yeah, I think I would love to do that. Like, I become friendly with a guy named Mike Crispy. People are floating his name to run for governor or for Congress, but he's a great guy too. I think he's going to do a lot of good to turn New Jersey red. I think we should turn New Jersey red as well. Really, at this point in time, I mean, the Democrats have lost their minds over the last 8 years. I don't know what issues they have that make sense anymore. They got to go. Seriously, I don't know. They got to go and they got to find some issues that make sense. They decided to try to win elections by using things like lawfare and censorship, which isn't the way to conduct yourself in a democratic country, right? So they got to go back to the wood shop or whatever you call it, and they got to start finding issues that the voters want, like censorship and abusing government power to win elections. That's not the way to do it. I think the voters have gotten totally sick of it. And hopefully New York turns red. I want to do everything I can to turn New York red. I have no choice. I got 1,000 people. I have a 1,000-person company in New York. I own about 10 buildings. I have no choice but to turn New York red. I live there. Yeah. And I have to do it for my own benefit and for the benefit of my friends and family members that live there as well. But we got to turn New Jersey red. I mean, I think to the extent the country goes red at this point in time, the better. I would like to see the Democrats come back and start finding issues people care about. But I can tell you, turning little boys into little girls is not an issue people like. That's one of the Democrats' issues. In fact, I was really tough on the Democrats this last election. People don't even know, but they pushed a thing called Proposition 1, where they're encouraging little boys to become little girls in New York. It's a terrible thing. It actually got passed into law. It's horrible, and I'm going to have to deal with this law. Everybody has to deal with this law now. But the Democrats don't have good issues. Their issues are censorship, using government power to punish people, and turning little boys into little girls, which nobody likes except for, maybe, I don't know, nobody really likes that.
Yeah, dude, it's changing, man. MSG rally was crazy, so I think New York is definitely winnable in the future.
Yeah, I think so too. Like, there was a lot of great energy there, a lot of positive energy. I got to meet a guy named Harry O, the founder of Death Row Records there. Nice. I held an event just after that called the Meet a Trump Supporter, threw a big party in the Flatiron Lounge in Manhattan, and I invited every intelligent Democrat to come and debate me. And so some people know this, some people don't. Got a little bit of media coverage, but I held an event in Manhattan right after MSG. I did my own event, got on stage, did some stand-up comedy, and then I did Q&A from the crowd. Every Democrat that came left voting for President Trump, including a Manhattan CEO who told me he wore a Trump for Peace shirt to the office the next day. He was a Democrat. He wore a Trump for Peace shirt to the office the next day. He said his employees were having panic attacks and he had to console them.
What?
But, he joined Team Trump after talking to me. He was very proud to have done it. I talked to another person who actually they just got their citizenship. There was an Italian-American woman from who I became friends with from New York City. She wrote me and she said, "Thank you, Anthony. I decided to vote for President Trump because of you, and I'm so proud today to see that he won and America picked the right person." So
incredible.
Yeah, but I've been doing everything I can to try to turn New York red, and I'm going to keep doing more.
Let's go. Where can people support you?
Check me out. I'm on social media. I wasn't even on social media until recently, but AC132. I try to entertain and educate as best I can. I also have a beautiful campaign website. Since I'm a tech guy, I want to use my technological skills to try to build up my own platform and also use it to support other candidates in the future. So I have a website, voteforanthony.com. You can use it with the number 4, just the word 4, but go to voteforanthony.com. And the good thing, you go there, you can click a button, get free stickers. You can get Anthony Constantino stickers. They're fun stickers, and we'll ship them out to you along with a nice letter from me. So go there, sign up, get your stickers. And the other cool thing about me, where I put $2.6 million already in my campaign account, thanks to Elon Musk. I put a bet on Tesla when Elon bought Twitter and everybody was attacking him.
Yeah.
And that appreciated in value massively. So I put $2.6 million in my account thanks to Elon. I want to be the first candidate to win a congressional seat without having a donate button on his website. So we're going to have no donate button on the website. People argued with me about this. I was just talking to campaign consultants the other day, marketing consultants. They said, you had to put a donate button. I said, how much do you think I can raise? They said, you could raise a few $100,000. I said, I don't give a shit about a few $100,000. I said, we don't want a donate button. We're going to win the seat. I don't want to be beholden to anybody. I don't want to be bothering anyone for money. I want to win the seat, and I want to be in a position to do the right thing for the state and for the country and to support President Trump.
That's respect, man. We'll link your site below. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you so much.
Yep. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.